Hey there GDQ, I'm tridenttail and this is my SGDQ 2019 submission video where I would like to show you Diddy Kong Racing 100%. So this game hasn't been shown since SGDQ 2017 where Mrs. Gazam ran the any percent category, but this category actually has been shown since AGDQ 2015, which was a race between Tofool, Oxwas, and Joe D'Amelio. Since then, the category has changed quite a bit. There's been some route changes that were made, some more difficult strats have been implemented into the run, and there's also been one big trick that was discovered that hasn't been shown yet at a GDQ. So I would like to show those off for you now. So the estimate for this category is going to be 1 hour and 57 minutes. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the category definition for 100% is everything that's on the TT status screen. So that's gold balloons, all 4 keys, the TT amulet, the WizPig amulet, 5 gold trophies, and then on top of that we will defeat the second WizPig race. The world record for this category right now is 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 38 seconds, which is held by Obio. And my current PB at the time of this recording is 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 46 seconds. I'm actually the 3rd person to get a sub 1 hour, 50 minute time, which is pretty cool. I've been running the game since 2015, so I've been playing the game for quite a while, and I feel like I could properly represent the community at GDQ. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to talk to Taj and get into the plane. There are 4 gold balloons in the overworld here that we're going to pick up, and the rest of the balloons you collect by completing races. So there's one hiding behind these 2 trees here. One on this rock, and then one just before the entrance of Dino Domain. Alright. So we're going to start in the car. First track is Jungle Falls. And I'll go over the car mechanics here. So one of the most important things is A-tapping. After the first boss race, Taj gives you the hint to let go of the A button before a zipper. And the reason why he says that is because when you let go of the A button, you get like a temporary bump in speed, which you then carry into a zipper, which gives you even more speed. And so what we do is we basically abuse that by constantly tapping the A button. We're constantly getting that bump in speed. Another important thing to this category is cutscene skips. So at the end of each race, you have 1 frame to pause, and you can actually exit to the menu, or exit to the lobby, sorry. So you still get the balloon, but then you don't have to watch the cutscene of Taj giving it to you. There's 40 of these cutscene skips in the run, and they're all frame perfect. And costs about 6 seconds every time you miss one. So right there, I just picked up the first key. The keys give you access to the mini-games. Alright, so there's another cutscene skip there. Unfortunately, it doesn't skip this cutscene. You still have to watch the cutscene of us grabbing the key. Another important thing in this game is the bananas. So the bananas in this game increase your acceleration and your top speed to a maximum of 10. So typically on the first lap, you're going to see me prioritizing bananas. As long as they're not too far out of the way. Like, you could take the zipper to cross the pond there, but I opt to grab the bananas on the first lap there. And this track has a pretty difficult trick we like to call Canyonless, which is a play on the SM64 trick Canyonless, where you do a series of tight drifts to grab the blue balloon and hit the zipper there, and then you chain the boost to launch yourself into the canyon. So let's see if I can get it a third time here. Grab the balloon, hit the zipper, chain them together, and then just launch yourself into the canyon. And there's a cutscene skip. Alright, so this is Hot Top Volcano, the first plane track. The secret to plane is to not press the A button, or press the A button as little as you can. And you basically carry your speed by chaining boosts and barrel rolls. It's also the first out of bounds track that we'll see. So by boosting into the lava, you can actually dip under the wall there. And then now we're out of bounds. Checkpoints are still active though, so I do have to fly in a certain pattern. Otherwise, if I miss a checkpoint, I will get a wrong way, which is not good. And we still want to get the cutscene skip here, which is easier to do inbound, so I'll go back inbounds there. Alright, now this is the big trick that was discovered. It was discovered about August or September of 2017, so it would have been just after SGDQ 2017, where Giz ran. But this is an example of a checkpoint manipulation glitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive behind the line here. And if I drive through this area fast enough, just like that, it's actually insane that I got it first try. It's there's an element of luck to it too. So yeah. So now you can complete the race in about 13 seconds as opposed to about 55 seconds. But the way that works is you drive behind the line, and there's a certain spot behind the line where there's an alternating checkpoint. You need to drive through this as fast as you can. You need to leave the area with the right checkpoint activated, and remember, it's oscillating every frame, so it's a 50-50 chance that you'll get the right checkpoint.
I've got something special.
And then if you've done it right, the wrong way will pop up on the screen, and then you know you've done it correctly. If that doesn't pop up, then you have to drive back and attempt to get the checkpoint again. But we got a first try, which is really good. So so this is the minigame, the first minigame. The point of this minigame is to collect 3 eggs, bring them back to your nest so that they can hatch. But as you can see, you can steal other people's eggs before they hatch. And you'll see that the trick to these minigames is basically moving in the same pattern. Theoretically, if you do the same movement each time, the CPUs should behave in the same way. So I got the fast pattern here, which is good. And you'll see that we take a specific route for each minigame to kind of manipulate the CPUs into doing the exact same thing so that we can finish it really fast.
You won first prize.
Alright, so now now we're on to the coin races, where there's going to be 8 silver coins on each track. We have to collect all 8 silver coins, and we have to come in first. So we're gonna do the tracks that we just did. Now, the strategies for coin races can kind of change depending on the track. In some cases, you'll prioritize coins on the first lap. Oh dear, it's not good. You'll prioritize coins on the first lap. Sometimes you'll prioritize bananas on the first lap so that you go faster in the subsequent laps. It all changes by course, so if there's any special route, I'll definitely make note of it. This Jungle Falls coins is actually really tricky. Okay, but we got the skip, which is good. A little rough. For me, it's honestly one of the harder ones. Alright, so I actually got the double balloon there. Ancient Lake coins, much easier. Already got all the coins. So now we're just gonna speed through the rest of this. And you might have noticed that I'm passing the CPUs quite a bit. There's actually no rubber banding in this game, so you'll see me passing the CPUs quite a bit. Alright, this is Fossil Canyon Coins, another really difficult coin race. There's 3 tricky coins after Canyonless, and there's 1 after the lake jump. So there's a coin there that I missed, but it's okay. We got 2 more attempts to get it. This is the tricky coin right here, is the lake jump. Okay, we got it. Good. If you miss that on the 3rd lap, it can be quite a bit of time lost there. But not too bad. We got all 8 coins. So now we can just go back to regular route. We'll hopefully get a good Canyonless here. Alright. Not great. But got the skip. So far, 7 for 7 on the skips. Very good. Alright, Hot Top Volcano. So, when I said that there's different strategies for these coin races, this would be a good example of it. So, when I did the balloon race, I went out of bounds, but you kind of can't collect the coins when you're out of bounds. So we're going to prioritize getting the coins on the first lap, so that we can go out of bounds on the 2nd lap and finish the race out of bounds. So we'll go out of bounds here this time. Okay, somehow missed the... There we go. As I said, you have to hit those checkpoints, and the arrows are the indicators for that. So when the arrows didn't pop up, I knew I had to go back. Okay. There we go. 8 for 8 skips. Alright, so now here's the second tricky race. Hopefully we get just as good luck here. We're gonna do the trick one more time.
Fantastic. If you can beat me again, I'll give you a special prize.
Okay. So let's see what happens. Wow, first try, both times. That's insanely good luck. Alright, so we're gonna restart the console. You can restart right after the first place comes up. The game saves, I think, like a frame or two after the end of the race there, so yeah. You might be wondering why we're not doing the trophy race at this point. There's something special that we can do with the trophy race, so we're gonna come back and do that later. But for now, we're gonna go back to the overworld. We're gonna talk to Taj, and he's got a challenge for us. So this is the first Taj challenge. There's 3, 1 for each vehicle. And this one is just a circle. So we're just gonna go in a circle, holding drift the entire time. We're gonna lap Taj here. And then we're just gonna cut into the grass and finish the race on the Taj mat here. Because we are going to pick up this balloon, and then we are going to back up and honk the horn to get Taj's attention so that we can switch to the plane. And now we are off to Snowflake Mountain as soon as we get in the door. Alright. So the first track we're going to do here is called Frosty Village. A track I used to hate with a passion. But now I've kind of warmed up to it nicely. I used to hate this track because it was one of the laggiest tracks in the game. Thanks to this kind of snow effect on the screen. But yeah, I've kind of gotten over it. It's pretty nice. I like it. Ooh, that's an interesting block right there. Alright, so we're gonna grab the shield here, just in case there's any traps. There's a oil slick and a spike ball. So it's a good idea to grab the shield there just in case. Alright. Now, because of the lag that I just mentioned, this cutscene skip is really difficult. Hopefully we get it. Wow, okay. Alright, so far perfect on the cutscene skips. Very good. Alright, this is Snowball Valley, a pretty short track. And the second key is actually here too, so we're gonna go pick that up. Okay. This track is kind of annoying because of those snowballs. If you hit them, you can get absolutely destroyed. Alright, so decent key grab. That one's kind of annoying to grab. Oh! Okay. Could have been much worse. We did lose a little speed there, though. Ooh. Alright, a little rough last lap here, but... Ooh. So that's what happens when you miss the cutscene skip. You get to watch this cutscene. But we can just skip it. Only loses about 6 seconds. Alright, so next track is Everfrost Peak, which is a plane track, and a track that does not have an out-of-bounds clip, so we'll be doing this entirely inbounds. And this course really shows off the really cool plane mechanics. So if you watch the input display, you'll see that I don't touch A for the rest of this race, you know, provided I do it correctly. You can just get by with chaining, boosts, and barrel rolls. Oh, missed the boost. That's okay. Okay, now I have to hold A, because I hit the tree. It's very difficult. Alright. Not terrible. Got the cutscene skip. Always important. Alright, this is Walrus Cove. Probably one of my favorite tracks. Got a loop here. Whenever you go through a loop, you want to hug the right wall. Because when you get launched out of the loop, you get launched with a little bit more speed. So, hug the right wall on the loop. There's kind of a tight little boost chain here that you can do on that narrow pathway. And we're just gonna do it 2 more times. That was a pretty good first lap. Ooh, that turn was a little wide, but not too bad. 25 is good, that's what I want to see. Oh, Conker stole my balloon. And Drumstick stole my balloon. Yeah, with lapping the CPUs, it makes for, you know, it gets pretty interesting when you meet up with them again. They control you pretty often here. Alright. Doing pretty good with the cutscene skips. Only missed 1 out of, let's see, 24? No, that doesn't make sense. 12. 12. I swear I know math. Alright, so this is Bluey the Walrus. This is the boss race for Snowflake Mountain, and we are in the hovercraft. We haven't seen the hovercraft yet. So, the trick to this is, we call sneaking, where basically you just go back and forth, constantly turning. Like that. You can use that boost there. Fly for a little bit. There's actually an out of bounds on this track as well. There's like a wall that you can kind of fly over. But it saves maybe half a second and kills the run if you miss it, so it's not really worth it to go for it. Alright, so we finished Bluey. We restart the console again. You know, and we didn't do the coins. So you're probably wondering why we didn't do the coins like we did in Dino Domain, but with this new route, there's actually a better time to do this, and we'll come back to Snowflake later. So for now, come back to the overworld, talk to Taj, and now we're gonna do the hovercraft challenge. Alright, so we can just cut this stretch here. You can do that pretty safe without risk of getting DQ'd. but this one here, so if you touch this flag, you can actually go to the right of this bridge, which saves a little bit of time. If you do not touch that flag, you can get disqualified by Taj, and you'll have to do this race over again. Which is very bad. So touch this flag, and then you're safe to go around there. So we're gonna lap Taj again. Hey, what up? Alright, and we're gonna finish the race on land here. If you finish in the water, the balloon will travel towards land, and as it's traveling, you can't pick it up until it gets on land. So if you finish the race on land, then you can just pick it up right away. Alright, so now we're going to the third world. This is Sherbet Island. First race is Treasure Caves. And this race is awful. It has an insanely hard boost chain. I'll be happy if I get it at least once to show you here. So we're gonna grab this balloon. And you wanna chain the zipper to the boost to the zipper there, but it's insanely hard, like I said. So, second attempt here. Ooh. I hit the wall there, and it just sent me right into the drink. Okay. Got it there on the third lap. And we got the cutscene skip. Very nice. A lot of, even the top runners, like almost all the top runners still have trouble getting that. It's very inconsistent. Alright, so this is Pyro Lagoon. I believe this is the first non-boss hovercraft race. It's pretty fast. It's got some cool boost chains on it. Alright, this cutscene skip is really hard to get because we're going to be boosting towards the line, so hopefully we get it. Oh wow, we did. Very good. Alright, this is Crescent Island. The key for this world is in this race, so we are going to pick that up on the second lap. Now there's nothing too special about this track in terms of strategy, but here we're going to get the key. It's hidden in this little cave here. Alright, picked it up real quick. If you get a bad cycle on the tide, you could wait for quite a bit for the water to rise to grab the key there, so we got lucky with the tides. Nice sharp turn there. Alright, and the reason why I grabbed the key on the second lap is because it kind of puts the CPUs in a better position here. Alright, pretty good. Alright, we got one more race for this world. And that is Whale Bay.
Whale Bay.
Alright, hopefully I don't get blocked here, and I did get blocked. That happens to me pretty often. There's just nothing you can do about that. Sometimes there's just a wall of CPUs and you can't get over to the zipper. That's okay though. Alright, so there's a pretty cool boost chain in this level too. It's pretty hard. Requires you to do a pretty sharp turn right after a zipper, right here. Alright, we got the balloon. It's pretty good. And there's a lot of lag at the finish line here, so getting this cutscene skip is really difficult. But we got it. Alright. So, this is the boss of Sherbet Island. His name is Bubbler. And you probably noticed that I'm opting not to stack the boosts. When you grab a blue balloon and then grab another one, your boost will get upgraded, and you can collect up to 3 balloons. We typically don't do this because it's actually faster to just use the single balloons. But this is the one rare occasion where we'll stack the boosts. And the reason why we do it here is because the timing to hold the A button again after a boost in the hovercraft is a little tricky. So instead of trying to get the sweet spot 3 times in one lap, we just do it once because we're stacking the boosts here. Alright, 56 is really good there. Alright, so we're done with that, and we're gonna skip the coins for now. Skip the coins for now. And move on. So when we get back into the game, Taj will have the final challenge for us. It's going to be the plane challenge. And this challenge is rather difficult. So, got a bunch of tight tunnels to barrel roll around. Alright, first lap, really good. But now we gotta do it 2 more times. Pretty good. Oh no! Oh, happens to me every time on the 3rd lap. Darn. Alright. 103 is pretty average. Alright. So we are done with the Taj challenges, and now we're actually going to go back to Dino Domain. And we are going to set up a glitch called Trophy Storage, which you may have seen before. So, in Hot Tub Volcano, you notice that I went out of bounds. there's actually something kind of interesting about Hotel Volcano. There's a random loading zone underneath the starting line. And when you go into this loading zone, it'll warp you in one of 3 locations. Or rather 2 locations, but 3 different possibilities. So one possibility is the overworld, and the other possibility is Dragon Forest, which is another world in this game, and you can either get warped there in the car or in the plane. Going to Dragon Forest in the car is most common, about 80% of the time, whereas the other 2 options are about 10% of the time. So what happens when we do this in the middle of a trophy race? Well, we complete these 3 races in the trophy race. Well, that was a really nice corner there. So we complete 3 races, and then we interrupt the last race by going out of bounds into the loading zone, and then warping out of the trophy race. The game still thinks that we're in a trophy race, so if we go to another world and finish a race in that world, then that gives us the trophy for that world. Which is rather convenient, because Dino Domain is the fastest trophy, and the rest of them are all quite, you know, long. So this may all sound quite convoluted, but it'll make more sense when we actually get there. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go out of bounds as per usual, right here. Turn around, aim towards the starting line, and just, there's a loading zone right there. So we get Dragon Car. Not the best warp, but it is most common, so that we expect that. And now, we're gonna go back to Sherbet Island. And we're gonna go to this minigame here, Darkwater Beach. Now we're gonna win it here the first time, and there's a strat where you can just camp around this balloon. But I'm gonna go for the harder strat here. And I missed it. So it's very difficult to do. And you can't miss a rocket, and the cycle you have to stay on the cycle. So once you kind of miss it, you just have to revert back to the old strat, which is this camping strat. But so far this is going not too bad. I got some help from the other CPU there. I think either shot him with a rocket or he ran into a mine. Alright. So we won. And now we get another piece of the TT amulet. But the game at this point still thinks that we're actually in the trophy race. So what are we gonna do about that? We're gonna go back to Sherbet Island. Or sorry, we're gonna go back to Darkwater Beach. And we are going to purposely eliminate ourselves from the game. Alright. 4th place. Now we get points for our trophy race, and that was the 4th race, technically. So now we get a trophy. 3 first place victories and a 4th place always gives you gold trophy. And it looks like it was in Dino Domain there, but we actually got the trophy for this world here, Sherbet Island. And you know how we left before we finished the coins? Well, we're here now, so we might as well just finish the coin races. Alright, so not going to go for the boost chain on the first lap because we need to grab some of these coins. But we could probably go for it on this lap here. We have one more coin to grab. Alright. Pretty good. We got it again. Not too bad. Might not go for it this time though. Because we do need to pick up this last coin. Alright, and we got the skip. Very good. Alright. There's nothing too exciting about these coin races. We've already seen these courses, so this would be a good point for donations. Alright, tough skip here. As you can see, you don't have to, pause on the frame. You can attempt to buffer it, but it's very difficult, especially on races where there's a lot of lag at the finish line. Courses like Whale Bay, Frosty Village. Those 2 tracks are particularly notorious for missing cuts and skips. Alright, that's decent for his lap time, 27 per coin is good. Oh, got messed up by the bump a little bit, missed the zipper. Another cool thing about car that you can do that most people don't know is that you can actually control your trajectory in the air. So, for example, by holding up in the air, you muscle the car down, and by holding down, you can actually kind of float in the air for a second. And we do this at various points in the run. Alright, cool. Another cousin skip.
Whale Bay.
Okay, let's see if we get this chain. Nope. It hurts to not get it on the first lap because you don't pick up this balloon here, you grab the bananas instead. Alright, so there's one more coin. Some people like to go around the ship, but I like to go on top. And you can just land on it like that. Ooh, man, that was a lot of speed. Alright, didn't get the balloon, but if we can manage to grab this balloon here, we should be fine. Nope. Yeah, like I said, Whale Bay, very hard to get the skip. But we've only missed 2 so far, I think, so that's pretty good. So now we are going to do Bubbler 2, which is slightly harder than Bubbler 1. One difference is there's 1 less blue balloon, so you can't get as strong a boost on the last straightaway there. And in the first version, he dropped mines, which when you hit them, not too bad. You lose a couple seconds, like 1 or 2 seconds, and you lose all your speed, but it's not that bad. In this one, he drops bubbles, which if you get caught in a bubble, you come to a complete stop, you like float in the air for a couple seconds. It's really, really bad. So we need to avoid those at all costs. There's one right there. Alright, and then after this we are going to reset the console again. Okay. So resetting here just skips the watching the cutscene there, and we need to go back to Dino Domain to set up another trophy storage anyway, so just reset there. Alright. So, no Taj challenge, we finished them all, but we do need to talk to him and change the plane, because we will be going to Snowflake Mountain after this, which is only accessible by plane. And then we're going back to Dino Domain. So, like I said, no trophy here. Even though we watched the cutscene and it looked like the trophy was there, we actually got the trophy for Sherbet. Alright, and if you're wondering why we're using TT, TT actually has the best stats in this game. He's got like the highest top speed, he's got pretty good acceleration, and his handling is like in the middle, which is perfect for this game. And these tracks we've already seen. There's nothing else really to say about these, so this would also be a good time for donations. A little rough there. Okay. Let's try to get a good Jungle Falls. Jungle Falls is one of my favorite tracks. It's really fast and it looks really good when it's done properly. Sometimes you can get an unlucky bounce there and you just get sent right into the wall. It happens. Okay, so now we're gonna do the second warp of the run. Ideally looking for either Dragon Plane or Overworld. But like I said, those are least likely to happen. Oh wow, Overworld. Okay, that's very good luck. That saves time having to exit Dragon Forest, and we can just go right on in. All right, so now you remember what I did for Sherbet Island? I went to the minigame. Well, we're gonna do the exact same thing here, and there is actually there's a fast strat for this one too. We're gonna turn around here. Climb up to the top as fast as we can. We're gonna fire homing rockets at poor Conquer here. Switch to Diddy. And that's it. A little rough, but didn't get... luckily, the CPUs did not leave or go on a different route. That would have been disastrous. Okay, so we got next piece of the TT amulet. Gonna turn around, go back in, and I think you know what's about to happen. We eliminate ourselves from the game. And we get our trophy for Snowflake. Alright, so now we do the coins here. Now, Frosty Village coins is actually quite difficult. This first part is really tough. So, oh, we missed the coin. Ah, dang. It looks really cool when you get that, but unfortunately not. Okay, that's good to do right there. Sometimes if you get too close to the water, you will lose all your speed. But we managed to grab the coin without touching the water, so that's good. Gonna pick up the shield here, just in case. Alright, and now we gotta pick up the coin that we missed. Alright, let's try to get the skip here. Very nice. That one's difficult. It's really difficult to do the pause buffer, so I usually try to go for first frame, and if I get it, cool. If I don't, then I don't. Alright, so this is the only time you'll see us take the right path. Oh, that's not good. I missed that coin. I typically like to prioritize those coins on the first lap, because then I can just boost myself into the canyon, but now I think I need to take it a little bit slower. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. Oh. Nice. Okay, that was a really good ending, actually. Alright, Everfrost Peak coins. Really difficult. We're gonna hold A a little bit longer here. We're not gonna start doing our boost and barrel chains until we've collected some coins here. Alright, now we should be good to start our chains. We got one coin left that we have no choice but to get on the second lap. There's two coins like right on top of each other, so you can only grab one. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Alright, a little slow there. Interesting. Alright, so this coin's not going so great. Few hiccups. Man, I missed that balloon again. Okay. But we got the skip. Alright, now here's Walrus Cove coins. Alright, so we're going to skip this zipper here so that we can grab this coin here. So as you can see, we're prioritizing coins more than anything else on this first lap here. But now it's back to normal here. Grab this balloon. And we got one more coin left that's kind of hiding behind a tree here. Alright, not bad. And now it's just business as usual for this last lap. Okay, good. Got the balloon this time. And we're gonna do that crazy boost chain here. And get the skip. Yeah. So that boost chain is actually like pretty risky because if you fall off that narrow path onto the ice, you can't drive on the ice. You actually get bounced up back onto the track. And if you don't get onto the track and you land on the ice again, then you just keep bouncing until you get back on the track. So yeah, pretty risky, but it looks really cool. Alright, so this is Bluey 2. Not as fun as Bluey 1. There's less blue balloons on the track, so you can't boost as much. I think they got rid of like almost all but 2 balloons here. They also added these snowballs. The snowballs when you're in the hover are actually not that bad. If you get hit by a snowball, it actually gives you a little bit of a shove, so we try to get hit by the snowballs there, but it's kind of difficult. Alright. So we're going to reset the console again. Gonna reset the console again, and then now it's time to actually do Dino Trophy this time. So we're not gonna switch to plane here because where we've been warping to, Dragon Forest, is where we want to go next. So unless we get trolled and we get overworld warp again, we're not going to be leaving after the warp, so we'll stay there. Alright, so we're seeing these tracks again, so this would be a good time for donations.
Canyon.
Very good. Oh. That's an example of the CPU's kind of getting in your way. Nice. Okay, so we're actually going to finish this race now, but we're still going to go out of bounds. And you might be wondering why I'm not going out of bounds right away. It's because I decide to do a faster strat here, where I pick up the bananas instead, but then I missed the balloon, so I couldn't go out of bounds here, but let's try getting under there. Yeah. So that's a backup to the backup. Gotta have backups. But yeah, so I decided to grab some bananas first, because then it just makes my movement a lot faster out of bounds. Ooh, there's a backflip there, but you couldn't see it. Alright, so now we got our Dino Trophy. But we are going to go back in and set up another trophy storage. See, now we actually have the trophy there. Alright, so More donation time.
Fossil Canyon.
Good first lap. Yeah, I did not like that angle. Another 103. It's pretty consistent. That was a really good lap, but unfortunately hit the corner a little bit there. Dang. Still 37 though, which is pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to do the warp again. Now, Dragon Plane here would be really nice. The last thing we want is Overworld. Okay, so we didn't get Dragon Plane, which is a little unfortunate. So now, we're not going to do the mini game here for two reasons. One, we don't have the key, so we actually don't have access to it. But even if we did have the key, it would not be faster to do the mini game here because losing, the mini game requires you to like collect a bunch of bananas, and the first to 10 bananas wins. And for you to lose that game, you'd have to wait for all of the CPUs to collect 10 bananas, which would take forever. So, not a good idea. So we just do the shortest track here, which is Honda Blitz. Ooh. That corner is really tricky. Alright, so now we've got our Dragon Force trophy. Now we get into what I think is the best part of the run, the most interesting parts of the run. And we're going to start with Windmill Plains. This track is a plane track. It has an out of bounds clip, arguably the hardest trick in the game. So let's hope I get it here. Gonna grab these bananas, grab this balloon, and then hopefully clip out of bounds here. There we go, just like that. But we're not out of the woods yet. This is one of the toughest out-of-bounds tracks to navigate. And it's very possible to go back in bounds. So hopefully we don't do that. Oh, just like that. Oh dear. Very tough trick. Alright. Doesn't really save time to go back in bounds, or to go back out of bounds on the third lap, but let's try it again anyway. Could always use the practice. Yeah, it's tough. Almost went back in bounds there. Okay, so see if we can get the skip here. There we go, got the skip. So yeah, things like that happen. We will have to do that out of bounds again when it comes to the coins, which has a really cool strat. So hopefully I can get a little bit of redemption there. But for now, this is Greenwood Village. This is a really good track, but I think it was... It's one of the notoriously more difficult tracks for casual players, I'd say. I remember having a lot of trouble with this track in some of my, you know, early playthroughs. That turn in particular. Nice. Alright. Killing it with the cutscene skips today. It's very good. Alright, so this is Boulder Canyon. This is where the fourth and last key is. And it's in a bit of a tricky spot. You could probably lose the most time on trying to get this key. So we'll try to pick it up as efficiently as possible. We're gonna get it on the second lap here. Alright, so we're gonna grab this balloon here, turn around, ring the bell, and the key's right there. And you hear the sound. Picked up the key, and we can just keep going. Ah, dang. That's a really cool boost chain there, that zipper into the balloon. You kind of get past those 90-degree turns there. I can try to do it here, but with the CPUs in the way, it generates a lot of lag, so yeah, doesn't look as pretty. Okay, good. So that's the last key. We've collected all the keys. We got one more race here, Haunted Woods. Now remember, the first time we did Haunted Woods was for the gold trophy. So here we actually have to... We have to do this race again for the gold balloon. Nice chain there. That chain is really difficult. Wow, I have never seen those oil slicks. I've never seen those oil slicks there. Obligatory, that has never happened to me before. Got the skip again. Alright. Now we're on to Smokey the Dragon. This is a plane track, and Smokey's, if you don't count WizPig 1, I think this would probably be the hardest boss race, because there's a lot of really tight tunnels. Smokey shoots fireballs, which cause you to crash. So, yeah, it's some pretty tight movement here. And the second version of this is even harder. Yeah, you don't want to go too high after using that blue balloon. There's like a hidden fireball there that has caused me to crash numerous times. You can get hit by those windmill arms too, so you have to make sure you're really close to the ground there. Alright, you see all these fireballs around, kind of a precursor to the second race. Alright, pretty clean, not too bad. So, we want to stay in Dragon Forest, so we're not going to reset the console. We still have more to do here, so we're just going to watch this cutscene.
Collect all the silver coins from my world. Find 8 from each level and win. Then come back and see me.
Alright, so this is Smoky Castle, which I briefly mentioned earlier. It's a game where you have to collect 10 bananas and bring them back to your chest, but you can only pick up 2 at a time. So I'm going to pick up 2, drop them off, and there's a cycle that I have to get here, and I didn't get it. It's really difficult. You have to do that first part really fast to avoid getting hit by the rocket there. Oh, get off the wall there. Man. This is what happens when you go really slow. Alright, so 2 more bananas to collect. There we go. Alright, now this should complete our TT amulet. Yeah, TT amulet. So, all done with this one here. So all that's left is, you know, we have to collect the rest of the gold balloons. We have 1 more WizPig piece to collect, and 1 more trophy. And then WizPig 2. Alright, so... oh, that was weird. Okay. So now we're on to Windmill Coins. Very difficult strat here. This is a strat that I don't think has been shown off yet. but we're going to grab half of the coins here. Need to grab this balloon and that coin. And then we're gonna go out of bounds here without getting all the coins. And we're gonna go back in bounds. And, well, actually no, we're not, because I missed the trick. Oh, man. Alright, that happens. So we'll go back to the old strat. So we're gonna get all the coins here. But typically what you want to do is you want to get half of the coins in the beginning, then go out of bounds, and then go back in bounds to pick up the last few coins. And this route kind of just maximizes your time spent out of bounds. But it's okay to get all the coins on the first lap and then go out of bounds like that. Not a huge deal. Alright, but now let's try not to go back in bounds here. Alright, so far so good. Dang. Paused a little too early there and I couldn't get the buffer. Alright. Alright, so Greenwood Village coins. Gonna prioritize these coins here. Gonna get this coin in this tunnel here. I don't know why they put that there. I don't know if they intended that to be a shortcut, but it's definitely not faster than the main route. That's the only time you're ever gonna see that tunnel. Alright, we got one more coin. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I guess that mine was not real. It looked like I went right through it. Some good luck. And we also grabbed that balloon, that purple balloon, the shield, because of that oil slick there. Generally, there's traps around that area, so... That cutscene skip was pretty much blind. Camera was stuck behind the wall there. There's a coin here that I'm gonna get. It's a little tougher to get that coin on the second or the third lap, because usually by then I have a lot more bananas and I go a lot faster. And it makes getting that coin a little tricky. Itchy O's. Itchy nose. Oh my god. Okay. 2 more coins. There's 1 coin here. And I can't forget to get this coin here. There we go. Okay. One more race in Dragon Forest, and that's Haunted Woods coins. So there's coins over there, but I'm actually, this is one of those examples where I'm gonna prioritize some coins on other laps. So still not gonna get that. You're gonna get that on the last lap. So there's 2 coins here. And because these CPUs are in the way, it's hard to do the boost and the... Okay, I drifted the wrong way. How did that happen? Yeah, so the CPUs are in the way, so instead of getting those coins on lap 1, I'll do the boost and the sharp turn on lap 1 and then get the coins on the 3rd lap, because the CPUs are all in the way.
If you can beat me again, I'll give you a special prize.
Alright, so now Smokey 2. Even tougher race, because there's going to be way more fireballs on the track. Oof. Okay, so we got in front of him. So we don't have to deal with fireballs for now. But on the next 2 laps, it's going to be an entirely different story. Alright, nice dodge there. That barrel roll can be kind of dangerous. There's a fireball here, and then there's fireballs here. And then gotta keep low here. There's a fireball that just went out. Oof, almost barrel rolled right into that. Luckily it didn't go off. Alright, so we're done with Dragon Forest. Now we're going to reset the console, and now it's time for WizPig 1. Probably the worst race in the run. Yeah, it's really difficult. For one, there's a ton of lag on the track. So sometimes your inputs can get eaten, and it's really not a track where you want dropped inputs because there's water pits all over the place, and if you fall in one, it's really bad. You can lose a lot of time here. Alright, so we're gonna switch to the plane here so that we can actually fly into WizPig's head. Do some barrel rolls.
You can't beat me.
Okay. So right off the bat you can see a ton of lag because of this rain effect. If you fall in there, that's bad news. If you fall there, that's bad news. And yeah, if you missed that zipper, that's bad news. This track is just rough. Okay. A little bit better ending to that lap. This track is just rough. Alright, so after this race, there's some mock credits. We don't want to watch that. So we can restart the console when the cutscene plays. You can't restart the console right after the race because the game doesn't save until that cutscene starts. So you have to wait till the cutscene starts and then you can reset. And now we're off to the final world, Future Funland. Coming up to the home stretch here.
Hello, select abracadabra. Bienvenido.
So we're gonna switch to the plane. And then gonna hit the sign here. And now we're off to Future Funland.
Okay, control.
So the first track here is called Space Dust Alley, and it's it's probably the hardest balloon race in the game. It's kind of similar to Everfrost Peak, where you know it can be really fast and you don't have to. You can just constantly chain boosts and barrels. But the difference here is that in Everfrost Peak, if you make a mistake, there's usually a backup that you can do. Whereas in Space Dust Alley, isn't really a backup. So every mistake you make can cost you a bunch of time. Alright, you can get hit by those lasers there. Alright, first lap, pretty clean. Now, in terms of cutscene skips, this track works a little differently. So, because there's no, like, first boss in this world after you complete the balloon races for these tracks, if you get the cutscene skip, instead of exiting to lobby, you can just restart the race, and you can immediately start the coin race. And this is pretty significant. If you get this skip, it saves a lot of time from overworld movement. Because if you miss the skip, you can't go back into the coin race because it's locked behind a balloon door, and we don't have enough balloons to access it. So these skips are pretty important. So we got the first restart, which is good. So now we can do the Space Dust Alley coins right away. Oh, nice boulder. Those boulders can really mess you up. Alright, so there's one more coin over there, but I got the pretty good boost there, so I decided to just skip it in case I got a weaker boost on the next lap. Oh, wow. That's a really good boulder placement. There was nothing I could do about that. He was right in my way. Alright, so gonna get this last coin here. overall, these races went pretty decently. Dang. Missed the cutscene skip here, but we did get the restart, which is the more important skip to get. So now Space Dust Alley is done. We don't have to do that again. Now on to probably my favorite track in the game, Dark Moon Caverns. Has the best song. But this track is really difficult. Especially with the lag. Yeah. The lag here is really bad, and it's mostly because of the music. When we do, you know, all trophy races or time trials, we typically will play with the music off because the music generates more lag, and lag can affect, you know, inputs. It can really clamp down on your boost, like there's a dropped input right there. So yeah, you can just clip through balloons. So with the music on, this track is like much more difficult. Yikes, yeah, 36-second lap is not good. Alright, cutscene skip is really difficult here because of the lag, so let's hope we get it. Okay, good. So now we can do the coins right away. Okay, nice. Getting all these coins, no problem. Some of them are a little tricky to grab. These ones are the worst. These coins in front of these loops. So the thing about these ones is, if you miss those coins all 3 laps, you have to restart the race. Because once you go through a loop, you cannot go back through the loop. So you have 3 chances to get them, and sometimes you could be like boosting pretty fast and you know, you just miss the coins. But luckily I didn't miss them here. But yeah, I've definitely seen runners have to restart this race, and I'm sure it's happened to me before too. Oof, nice spike ball. Okay, so we got 1 more coin left. Come on. Oh wow, we got the boost chain. That's really easy to do when the music's off. But because the music's on, you just clip through that balloon all the time. All right. Cool. Alright, so we're actually gonna leave right now because there is a trophy race in this world. And we do need to collect it. And since the next track is Spaceport Alpha, which is the quickest track, this is a good time to go back to Dino Domain and get that Future Funland trophy. So, this would be a good time for donations. 35 is really good.
Fossil Canyon. Jungle Falls.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do the warp again. Ideally, I'd get another overworld warp, but, you know, that's 10% chance, so we're probably looking at another dragon car. Yeah. So no big deal. Just gonna exit Dragon Forest and go back to Future Funland. Alright, so the track we're going to do to complete this trophy race is Spaceport Alpha. It is the fastest race in Future Funland, thanks to a out-of-bounds clip. And this out-of-bounds clip is only available on the Japanese version, which is why I'm running the Japanese version. And the clip is not hard, but I mean, after playing this game for nearly 2 hours, you know, it can get pretty tense, and this is where mistakes can happen. But as you can see, I can cut quite a big chunk of this track off. Like, I'm cutting almost half of the track there. So, yeah, much faster. Alright, so there's the trophy. But now we have to do this trick 2 more times. And one of them is coins, which has a really cool strat, so... Another shot at redemption here. Okay, so let me kind of walk you through the clip here. So first we're going to start by grabbing these bananas. Now what we want to do is we want to grab this shield, use the shield, grab the balloon, and the shield prevents us from getting shot down by those lasers. Which is really important. If you get shot down by the laser... Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. I must have, the stick must have been neutral when I tried to do a barrel roll there. So that's okay, we'll just go back and down, out of bounds. What was I saying? So, yeah, the shield's kind of important, because if you get shot down by the, lasers, it's almost impossible to get the clip. You'd have to either go back around or turn around and get another blue balloon. Yeah. Okay. Now I really need some redemption here. So, this coin strat is going to be similar to Windmill Coins. We're going to get half the coins here, and then we're going to go out of bounds. It's a pretty difficult strat. Alright, so we got all the coins we need to get. Now we just need to stay out of bounds until the right time. Okay, so you see that pillar in the distance kind of thing? I'm gonna go to the left of it. And, oh, that's what it looks like when you get shot down. I missed the coin, so I have to go back around. There we go. There's a coin here, and then the last coin is right here. There we go, got the skip. And now, all we have left is Star City. So, the worst thing that could possibly happen on this track is falling off that bridge. Because if you fall off, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the bridge to get back on. That wastes a lot of time. And it gets pretty narrow towards the end there. Okay, this is a good lap. Yeah, 23 is good. Missed the balloon there. It's not a huge deal. Okay. Got all the restarts, which is really good. So now we just have to do coins, and then we're off to the final race. Alright, a little bit of a tricky trick here to grab that coin and hit the zipper at the same time. Alright, so we got all the coins. Very good lap. Good thing we picked up the shield there. There's a oil slick right in the way. Alright, very good. Alright, this is the last track. WizPig 2. And it's a plain track, and of course there is an out of bounds clip on it. Gotta finish the run with an out of bounds clip. And yeah, we're gonna try and get it here. Just gotta watch some cutscenes. Okay, so we're gonna start off by doing 2 barrel rolls here. Grab this balloon. I do another barrel roll there. You don't have to worry about getting hit by that laser. It rarely happens. And then we just dip under the track there. Alright. Now, there's no arrows in this race, so you're not going to be too sure if you're hitting the checkpoints, but where am I? There we are. Okay, that was strange. But as long as you do this route, you shouldn't get wrong way. Alright, one more left to go. That's what I wanted to happen the first time there. Alright, that's it. That is Diddy Kong Racing 100%. So you got 1 hour, 51 minutes, 41 seconds. Overall, a pretty good run. I mean, there was lots of mistakes, but we got some pretty good luck. Like, we got first try tricky both times. That's probably the biggest time sink in the run. So, if you're wondering why my estimate is so high, it's because mostly because of tricky skip. You could probably lose, you know, like 2 minutes to that alone. So, yeah. There were some mistakes there. The out-of-bounds coin races didn't go too great, but still a very good time, 151.41. So yeah, I want to thank you very much for watching the video and for considering this for SGDQ 2019. The DKR community, you know, is a lot of members of the DKR community often attend GDQ events, and we love watching GDQ, and every GDQ we look forward to seeing the schedule and seeing if Diddy Kong Racing is represented in the games list. And it hasn't in a few GDQs, but I would love to be the one to reintroduce the GDQ crowd to this wonderful game. So thank you very much for your time and consideration. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks a lot.